And we're live at the 2015 Monterrey Open, where we have our final quarter with Christian Longoria and Rodrigo Montoya now taking the court. Anything can happen here on the WRT, as these two will be battling it out for the potential chance to win their very first WRT championship. All of the players who are now going to the semifinals are in a position to win their first ever WRT championship. So it's very exciting to see a lot of these young players here today. And speaking of young talent with the WRT, Christian Longoria is the current 16 and under junior world champion. He's from San Luis Potosi. He's playing against Rodrigo Montoya, the current 18 and under junior world champion from Chihuahua. We're going to go and take it down to the court as these two are ready to start this final quarterfinal of the day. Here we go, Rodrigo Montoya serving first against Christian Longoria. And Montoya opens up the match with a first point here. It's now 2-0, excuse me, in game one. Christian Longoria for the side out as that ball kind of dies in his back footer. Oh. Anthony Herrera, our ref, calling an encroachment. Calling a court hinder in the back. There's a replay. For Longoria puts Montoya in the lead now, 4-0. Skip from Montoya, some heavy swings there from both players. Christian Longoria, definitely one of the youngest players here on the WRT. And I always like to say he plays with no fear. He just gets out there and it's... Montoya looking for another court hinder there off the back. Replay again. Montoya, who's starting out pretty strong in game one. Looks like it's just falling short there for Christian Longoria. 5-0 now in game one. least 3 for Longoria that are just short in that front wall. That's got to be frustrating as a player. Broken string for Montoya. He's going to go ahead and switch rackets. Nice to note, both Longoria and Montoya have family here in the crowd. We have Paola Longoria, Christian's sister, who's sitting out there in the stands, and she's also playing in the women's exhibition here this weekend. I know both his parents are also in attendance, and Rodrigo Montoya's mother is here cheering him on as well. I'm sure it's nice to get that support. Serve for Longoria, looking to get some points. Ooh, big rally and the first point for Longoria. Hitting those 3 walls as Longoria spinning around and almost getting it, but there's a side out for Rodrigo. There's a penalty hinder. A skip for Christian, who's definitely frustrated and not feeling like he's playing to his game right now. Tight right now, like he's not mentally warm as well. Sure, it doesn't help to keep hitting your leg with your racket like that. Couple points in a row here for Montoya. Big swing and a return there for Longoria with the side out. Let's see if he's warmed up a little bit and loosened up out there. He can gain some points. Big skip. You know, Longoria hits the ball so hard, that drive serve comes at you so fast, but he's kind of beating himself right now so far in game 1. A lot of errors. I mean, Montoya is playing well. I don't want to underestimate that as well, but you can just see the frustration. Wow, that's a beautiful ball. And another great get from Longoria. Wow, what a rally. Sends him to the cross court. Side out for Christian. 1 serving 8. Skip and a point. Second serve for Christian. Ref's calling a court hinder. There'll be a replay. We've seen more court hinders from these two in that one spot than we have all day. Ref's calling that serve good. There's an ace for Christian Longoria. 2 in a row. Makes it 5 serving 8. See if you can put the pressure on Rodrigo Montoya. Both Christian and Rodrigo are Gearbox sponsored players, and they're both from Mexico. If you guys want to check out more about Gearbox, gearboxrp.com. So they'll replay that. There's a broken ball, the first of the match, so they'll replay that last point. We are lucky to be live here at El Pino Chipinque in beautiful Monterrey, Mexico. Lots of gorgeous views here from the facility. They have tennis courts, Olympic-sized swimming pool, and lots of racquetball courts. It's been a great experience so far here. This is the WRT's 3rd time in Monterrey. Previous champions include 2013 Gil Mejia, and 2018. Gonna get a second serve. It's tough and a point for Christian Longoria. These 2 junior world champions just going at it from the beginning in game 1. From Rodrigo, but just not enough. Now 7 serving 8. Wow, that's gonna tie it up. A great get from Longoria. And a skip from Montoya makes it 8-8 in game 1. Side out for Montoya. So far we've had some super exciting matches here at the Monterrey Open, with 2 of our quarterfinals going to breaker. Our first semifinal is set for tonight. It's Andre Perea versus Edson Martinez. And now we know that the winner of this match will continue on tonight to the semis at 6 p.m. to play Jaime Martel, who just beat Anthony Herrera in one of those exciting tiebreakers. Nope. Not ready there. By 2 now. In game 1. Neither player has called the timeout yet. And there's a side out for Longoria, keeping it alive in game 1. Montoya ends it with a nasty rollout. What a rally, easily the longest of any of the quarterfinals here today. Rodrigo Montoya, 11 serving 8. Nice shot from Montoya. Big skip gives Longoria the side out. Wants to keep it alive in game 1. See if he can close the gap down by 4 in game 1. Broken string from Christian Longoria, who's been swinging hard out there. These players leaving it all out there as they battle in game 1. Now the winner will continue on tonight to play in the semifinals against Jaime Martel. That's at 6 p.m. Central Time. Our first semifinal is set. It's Andre Padilla versus Edson Martinez. That will start at 5 p.m. Central Time. Of course, we'd like to thank all of our fans for watching and supporting the WRT. Don't forget to share with your friends that you're watching live free racquetball with the WRT. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at World R-Ball Tour. And of course, you can catch all of our past events on youtube.com/World Racquetball. Go ahead and check out our site too at worldracquetballtour.com. You can find all of our past and future events there. We will be continuing to add to our 2016 schedule. So make sure you check back with us at worldracquetballtour.com. Christian Longoria is going to go ahead and extend this break with a timeout, which means we'll go ahead and take a break too. We'll be right back with more of game 1 after this. And we're back live here at our quarterfinal of the day between Christian Longoria, who called the timeout, against Rodrigo Montoya. Montoya in the lead and Longoria gaining on him. Score is 9 serving 12. Excuse me, the score is 8-12. side out there from Montoya after a long rally. Another point for Montoya as he stays in the lead in game 1. Rodrigo Montoya has quite a history here recently as he has taken out big players like Alvaro Beltran, Javier Moreno, Alex Cardona, and last night, Jake Bredenbeck. And with that, Rodrigo Montoya wraps up game 1 15-8 against Christian Longoria, which means we'll be back with more of Longoria and Montoya right after this.
Hey everybody, Anthony with Gearbox. Have you ever wondered when or why you should get your racket restrung? What signs to look for? Well, I'm here to shed some light on those questions. First, we need to talk about the function of a good string bed. The main purpose of the string is to stretch upon the impact of the ball, then snap back in a consistent manner. This is called the string's resiliency. Basically, a higher resiliency means you decrease the amount of mishits, and we all could use a little bit of that. Now that we know the function of a good string, we can talk about why you should restring your racket. This will involve 3 major points: string breakdown, tension, and notching. Number 1, string is primarily composed of plastic. Plastic is susceptible to a process called creeping. Creeping is the breakdown over time due to overuse and exposure to UV rays. Inside the string, there is moisture and oils. In the creeping process, those get lost and string becomes dry and brittle. The second focus is on string tension. You might not realize it, but string immediately loses its tension once it's played with. It will relax to a much lower tension after the first game of play. So if you're one of those people that like it tight, you better get your racket restrung regularly. Third, after repeated hitting, string will have an effect called notching. Notching is when the string makes a notch or a groove at the cross point of 2 strings. When you have these notches in the string does not stretch and snap back efficiently. Lastly, you probably want to know how often you should get your racket restrung. The Gearbox general rule of thumb is to restring your racket the same number of times you play a week. So if you play about 3 times a week, we suggest you restring your racket about 3 times a year. If you have any questions about string, what type to use, different levels of tension, or general questions about our products, feel free to call one of our specialists or shoot us an email and we'll gladly help. That's all for now. Time for me to go restring my racket.
We're back ready for game 2 between Christian Longoria and Rodrigo Montoya. Montoya taking game 1 15-8. Anything can happen here on the WRT. We have 2 current junior world champions battling it out right here. Christian Longoria, 16 and under champion from San Luis Potosí, and Rodrigo Montoya, 18 and under champion from Chihuahua, Mexico. And the first point for Longoria. In a row. Just short there with that spinning shot from Montoya gives Longoria the early lead in game 2, 3-0. Rodrigo Montoya plays a couple WRT events. The first time we saw him was at the Juarez Grand Slam back in June of 2015. He lost in round 2 in a tough match against David Cox. Last night he defeated Jake Bredenbeck in a tiebreaker. He's also taken out big names like Alvaro Beltran, Javier Moreno, and Alex Cardona. Christian Longoria, never to be underestimated either. The kid who plays with no fear. Never know what to expect. It's got to sting when you're up against a 16-year-old. Frustration there from Christian. Rodrigo switching up his serve with a backhand lob. Didn't seem to go his way against Longoria with an easy side out. Skip, Longoria looking for the court hinder. Doesn't see it. It's still 1 serving 3. With a soft touch up at the front for the side out. These two stuck at 3 serving 1 in game 2. Short for Longoria of that front wall. Second broken ball here between the two youngsters, Montoya and Longoria. They're getting a second ball out here. Take a quick minute to remind everyone to tune in next week when the WRT will end the year at the Alamo City Open in San Antonio. For those of you that want to sign up, go to bit.ly/Alamo Open 15. Come and support the WRT out in Texas. We're also going to be having a special year-end award ceremony at the end. So for those of you tuning in, you can check out who will win awards such as Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player. There we go, some movement here for Montoya. 2-3. Some heavy swings here from these youngsters. Another skip for Longoria with a side out for Montoya. These two now stuck at 2-3. We saw them stuck at 1-3 several side outs ago. And again, a side out. Still 3-2. There we go, some movement here for Christian as he scores his 4th point of game 2. Now we knew this was going to be a battle as we have these two strong junior world champion youngsters out here battling to go to the semifinals and potentially going after their first ever WRT championship. That's got to be one of the most exciting things about the draw here this weekend. If you want to check that out, go to bit.ly/MTY2015. But so far, no matter what happens in this match, everyone going to the semifinals is fighting for their first ever WRT championship. That's pretty exciting. So far at 5 p.m., our first semifinal will be Andre Padilla and Edson Martinez. And right after that, we'll have Jaime Martel and either Christian Longoria or Edson Martinez. Excuse me, Rodrigo Montoya. It's a long morning of racquetball here. Another big rally in game 2 as Longoria gets kind of caught up there with the ball. No points earned there though, just a side out for Montoya. These guys are battling hard every point. There we go, another point for Christian Longoria. They're gonna get the towel out there. These guys are leaving it all out there. And it's pretty hot in game 2. Another tough rally and a side out. Still 2 serving 5. Just out of reach there for Longoria. Tough rally. Pretty crazy that there's been no movement here. Some tough rallies, and it's still 2 serving 5. We might be here until the next semifinal starts. And Longoria calls a timeout. Still 5 serving 2 when we come back. Longoria and Montoya. And we're back live in our last quarterfinal of the day, where we have Christian Longoria and Rodrigo Montoya quite evenly matched here, as it's 5 serving 2, the slowest moving game 2 so far of the day. We've seen a lot of great competition here this weekend, with 2 of our quarterfinals going to breaker. Our first semifinal is set. It's Andre Perea versus Edson Martinez, and the winner of this match will continue on this evening to play Jaime Martel in the second semifinal. Edson Martinez shooting it past Christian Longoria. Still 2-5. Shot from from Rodrigo Montoya. Man, need some more caffeine here. Let's finally get some points moving. 3 serves 5. Longoria sides out. He's not going to let Montoya get too many points there. One was enough. show some movement for Longoria. 6 serving 3. This has to be one of the longest game 2s in WRT history. Side out. Again, only allowing 1 point for Longoria. Another point moving us along the board slowly here. 4 serving 6. Montoya now within 1 of tying it up with a rare 2 points in a row. We haven't seen that much here in game 2. 2 in a row. And with that, Montoya ties it up 6-6. Longoria looking frustrated. Montoya keeping his cool. Anything can happen in game 2. With Montoya taking game 1 15-8. And an ace serve for Rodrigo. Montoya now in a bit of a zone. Taking the lead over Christian Longoria. Longoria beating himself here a little bit. He's going to take a timeout, see if he can throw off Montoya's newfound rhythm here in game 2. We'll be right back with more after this. And we're back live in game 2 of what was a very close start here, as these two, Longoria and Montoya, have been matched up very evenly. They were stuck at 3-1, they were stuck at 5-2, and now Montoya has gone on a bit of a run, and he's up 9-6 over Longoria, forcing Longoria to call that timeout, see if he can throw off the rhythm. These two were not allowing each other more than 1 point after several side outs, and so now it's quite shocking to see Montoya making this comeback and now up by 3. Be interesting to see what Christian Long set his head straight and come back out against Montoya. some serious competition between these two. Rodrigo hitting the ground hard there. Looks like he has a cramp potentially. I don't know, he's grabbing his knee though. It looks like he hit it. I believe formally he might have had a surgery. Looks like they're gonna go ahead and check out Montoya, make sure he's okay. It's not looking too good right now. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break while Rodrigo gets checked out there. We'll be right back and keep Rodrigo in your thoughts. Those of you watching, Rodrigo Montoya is going to take an injury timeout, which gives him 15 minutes as they assess the situation. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll put our timer back up, and hopefully we'll be back with more of game 2. We hope Rodrigo Montoya is okay. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes.